Right now at 5, we learn about the tragic story of a missing Cherokee County, Kansas woman and how the sheriff's office hopes that technology that give answers her loved ones have been longing for.
We've got a lot going on in the weather department. Winter storm warnings, wind chill warnings, a big system coming in tomorrow. We're going to take a complete look at that forecast coming up.
And the SCK Humane Society staff, board members, and staff at the Doggy Bag team up to draw bad pet portraits.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Tanya Buck.
I'm Chris Warner. So as I mentioned, we have got a lot going on. Some changes happened this morning, actually just a little after 3. We had some winter storm warnings that were issued. We have some winter weather advisories. We have wind chill warnings. So we've got an alert day still for tomorrow and Friday. We've got wind chill and winter storm warnings for some of us now. We've got the snow, the gusty winds, dangerously cold conditions, and the wind chill warnings will continue through at least Friday afternoon. In terms of driving hazards as we head into tomorrow, this is your last good travel day. We're looking at slippery conditions. We got the blowing and drifting snow out there, and of course your car itself will be a little bit on the snow-covered side. We've upped the snow possibilities or the impact from the snow to high simply because of the fact that tied in with the wind, we're looking at the possibility of the blizzard-like or near blizzard-like conditions, and that wind is also going to give us dangerously cold wind chills. Now is the time to take action. You need to put your plans into place. Again, if you're traveling for the holiday, now is the time to do it because you are not going to want to do it. It is not going to be safe to do it tomorrow or even into Friday. Skywatch Storm Tracker shows the clouds. Here's our warnings. In the pink, we have the winter storm warning through Friday at midnight. In that lightish blue color, we've got wind chill warnings. Now, on this map, winter storm warnings trump the wind chill warnings. So wind chill warnings are actually in effect for everybody through at least Friday at 1 o'clock. Then in the purple, we've got winter weather advisories. On the Missouri side, they're through Friday at midnight. On the Kansas side, they're through tomorrow at 6 p.m. Right now, current snow total thinkings anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. There's still the possibility some of us could see locally higher amounts across the area, upwards of, say, maybe 5 inches in some locations. So now is the time also to get the Skywatch Weather app. You can scan that QR code or go to your favorite app store, search for KOAM Skywatch Weather. That way you can take the Skywatch Weather team wherever you go. Here's what we're talking about, winds. As that system comes in tomorrow morning, we're looking at wind gusts pushing 40, 45 miles an hour. That's what's going to lead to those wind chills pushing negative 30 to maybe even upwards of negative 35. And these are those future feels likes, as you can see as we head into Thursday morning with this system as it rolls through. And it's going to be windy the majority of the day. We also have some fog to deal with this morning, so if you're driving, especially parts of southwest Missouri and northeast Oklahoma, do be aware of that. You can see that fog there. We'll get through this real quick. It's 27 in Joplin right now. We got cold temperatures across the area, 24 Iola, 29 Miami, 27 Carthage. For today, we're heading for a high of 44 degrees, mostly cloudy, not bad. Tonight, though, we top out at 32. Temperatures are going to fall as this system rolls in. Could start seeing some light snow at 2 a.m. The main event really gets going between about 5 and 6 a.m. tomorrow. And we'll, of course, have live coverage tomorrow morning. We'll be here with you in the Skywatch Weather Center as this system rolls through with live updates throughout the day. All right. There's a lot going on. I'm also losing my voice, so if I sound that I am emotionally distressed over the weather, I apologize. A little scratchy throat, and it's not working out for me. But just in all honesty, really need to be watching this system as it rolls in tomorrow, and just absolutely do not travel tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Keep an eye on it and stay home if at all possible, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, a man in Montgomery County, Kansas is arrested for multiple charges, including reckless driving. December 16th, approximately a little after 10 p.m., a deputy with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office observed a dark-colored Chevy Camaro and an SUV driving west on County Road 2600. Both vehicles failed to stop at the stop sign located at County Road 3900 and County Road 2600 north of Deering, Kansas. The deputy activated his lights to stop the vehicles. Both pulled over and stopped. The deputy instructed the driver of the Camaro, 22-year-old Jalen Logan of Coffeyville, Kansas, to stay in his car while he attempted to contact the driver of the SUV. Logan failed to comply with the instructions and fled. This led to a pursuit with Logan reportedly going 140 miles per hour. Logan has been charged with failing to stop at a stop sign, fleeing, or attempting to elude law enforcement, reckless driving, leaving the scene of an accident, driving left of center, and no liability insurance. 3 Rogersville and Springfield, Missouri men have been sentenced in federal court for their roles in a scheme to transport tens of thousands of stolen catalytic converters across state lines as part of a multi-million-dollar business. 25-year-old Evan Marshall gets nearly 6 years in federal prison without parole. 31-year-old Cody Ryder gets nearly 2.5 years in prison. And 25-year-old Joseph Davis receives 5 years probation. You can get a full breakdown of charges with our KOAM News Now app. The Carthage R9 School Board announces the district's new superintendent. Dr. Luke Boyer from Conway, Missouri, will take over the position starting in July. Boyer has been serving as the superintendent of the Laclede County R1 school district. He replaces Dr. Mark Baker, who is retiring after 6 years in the position. Well, approximately 600,000 people are declared missing every year, and there are 4,400 unidentified bodies discovered every year. Although it's terrifying to think about, someone you love could go missing. This is the reality for one Cherokee County, Kansas family. Amber Jenkins has more on this tragic story and how the sheriff's office is hoping technology will help get them answers.
Good morning, Tanya. Carol Sullins went missing on August 31st, 1991 from her job in Galena, Kansas. She was 18 years old. Her family is still looking for answers. Sheriff Groves of Cherokee County Sheriff's Office is hopeful answers are found as technology advances.
As time goes by, technology advances, and so we're currently working with an organization that we're hoping to get our hands on a piece of equipment that might aid in our ability to search some areas.
And December 17th would have been Carol's 50th birthday. Her loved ones still gather at the last known location to remember her bright spirit.
All right, thank you, Amber. How did her loved ones actually celebrate her birthday this year?
They have this little meeting spot where she was last known to be, and they have this billboard where they write notes to her saying, you know, you will forever be remembered, happy 50th birthday, we love you, sis, things like that. It was very special.
All right, well, hopefully they can get the answers they need. All right, thank you so much, Amber. Well, animals are cute, but what about when bad portraits are drawn of them? The Doggy Bag in Pittsburgh hosted its first ever Bad Pet Portraits fundraiser. Pet owners submitted photos of their beloved pets, and shelter staff, the Doggy Bag staff, and board members drew pictures of the pets. Now, we didn't say they had to be good. In total, they raised more than $250 to go towards animal medical funds.
Yeah, it went way better than we originally thought it would. We had lots of families that would be submitting 5 to 7 animals each. So we got not only dogs and cats, but we had a bearded lizard and a snake submitted this year, and our staff went insane for those.
The chili feed is back in full swing this year. Jasmine says the same day as Super Bowl Sunday, so that should be easy to remember. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News, the Galena Lady Bulldogs hit the floor against the Baxter Springs Lady Lions. We'll have who won in sports. Plus, a single mother gets a call from her bank letting her know her account is drained. The culprit? $900 in Roblox charges. And the city of Joplin will provide $1.5 million to MSSU to build a new health science innovation center on campus. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. More real news in the morning. We'll be right back.
Well, the Baxter Springs Lions hit the floor last night for the final time in 2022. The Lions are at home hosting Galena in a CNC doubleheader. On the girls' side, Baxter Springs tries for back-to-back wins, while the Bulldogs aim to avoid a third straight loss. Late third, Mia Serwinski steals, heads the other way, all the way for the lay-in and the foul. More from Serwinski in a moment. Final seconds of the third, Arista Sturgis buries the deep ball to beat the buzzer. Galena in control heading to the fourth. Final quarter, Micah Adams working inside for Baxter Springs, off the window for 2. Galena rolled all night. Back to Mia Serwinski. 3 off the handoff. Serwinski, 31 points. Galena girls get it done over Baxter, 59-24. On the boys' side, good one last night. 8th-ranked Galena 5-0 facing the Lions, who are 5-1 overall this season. Peyton Gaines on fire early for Baxter Springs. 3 from the wing for Gaines. Moments later, ball bounces to Gaines. He's open again for 3. Lions up 1, 22 for Gaines. And on the other end, Jack Perry was a monster in the first quarter for Galena. Floats and gets it to go on the break. Then Perry from the left side for 3. Finally, opposite corner for 3. Jack Perry, 14 points in the first quarter alone for the Bulldogs. In the second, the big man, Tyler Little, steps out for 3. History for Tyler Little. He tops 1,000 career points for the Bulldogs. He had 26 and did it in the Krabby Patty socks. That's right. Galena getting it done, 6-0, winning 64-51. Missouri Southern women are still in the top 10 in national rankings, but they have slipped a few spots. Lions are 9th in the latest WBCA poll released yesterday, falling 6 spots from number 3 with last week's loss to Central Missouri. Missouri Southern is 11-1 this season, including 4-1 in the MIAA. Be back in action on December 30th at home against Illinois Springfield. Former Pitt State All-American Dallas Flowers is off to a nice start to his pro career with the Indianapolis Colts. Flowers has made some big plays in the return game, averaging 34 yards per kick return in 13 tries. He talked on Monday about getting off to a solid start and making plays for his team early in his career.
I definitely appreciate the opportunity. A lot of people probably don't even know this, but like I was the number 2 returner coming out the draft. So, I mean, me personally, like some people may be surprised in my play, but I knew this the whole time. I was just blessed to get my opportunity and just take off from there. I've been returning since Little League, like punt return to kick return. I've been doing it like literally my whole life. So, I mean, it's pretty much second nature to me. I'm just blessed to have the support and the chance and opportunity to get this. And I've been having a lot of good blocks from my teammates. So just making the best out of my opportunities.
Still to come, a 97-year-old German woman gets a jail sentence in regards to her role of contributing to the murders of over 11,000 people. Plus, we're going to take another look at our Alert Day forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Topping Health Watch this morning, a new medical
Health Science Innovation Center is
A new medical building is coming to MSSU. Joplin will provide $1.5 million to a project by Missouri Southern State University to build a $30 million Health Science Innovation Center on campus. KOAM's Shagun Bombadeli has more.
A new Health Science Innovation Center is coming to Missouri Southern. The building is set to transform health science and research in Joplin.
The Health Science Innovation Center is a building that's planned on the Missouri Southern campus that would really transform not only our campus, but I think healthcare and health science in the community.
The new Health Science Center will expand nursing programs at MSSU and the Joplin community.
This building will facilitate growth in our health science programs, and that would include medical and dental students interested in transferring onto KCU. We have a great partnership between Missouri Southern and KCU. So I do think it will help grow the talent in our region in the health sciences.
The building will focus on research and innovation,
which will be some learning spaces, including a simulation lab, a radiological lab, some research space. We think it will really move us forward in terms of health science on our campus.
Speaking to the city manager of Joplin, he tells me how the city managed to assemble funds for the Health Innovation Science Center.
The funding for the Health Science Innovation Center is made possible through the city's ARPA grants. The city's been awarded American Rescue Plan Act monies, along with state funds that have been provided through the budget and Governor Parson. The total project has a cost of around $30 million. The city's contribution will come from those one-time funds, and it really is a great example of partnership at the state and with our local university to help make this project possible.
The city manager says he is thankful that the building will boost Joplin's economy.
For the leadership at Missouri Southern State University recognizing a need to fill a gap in our talent pipeline. This facility will help students have better opportunities for health careers. And there's certainly a market with our excellent hospital systems that could definitely use more talented and skilled workers.
Reporting in Joplin, Shagun Bamdele, KOAM News.
Project is expected to start in early 2023 and be completed in the fall of 2025. That's a look at one of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
All right, we've got alert days for tomorrow and Friday. We've got some wind chill warnings. We've got winter storm warnings. We've got winter weather advisories. We're talking dangerous cold. We're talking blowing snow. We'll break down your full forecast when we come back. All right, a lot to get to this morning. Alert day tomorrow, alert day for Friday. We've got wind chill warnings for all of us through at least Friday afternoon, winter storm warnings for some of us, winter weather advisories for the other part of us. And we're looking at dangerously cold conditions, blowing snow, gusty winds. It's going to get nasty. In terms of travel impacts, we're looking at the slippery conditions, blowing and drifting snow tomorrow because we have wind gusts upwards of 40 to 45 miles an hour. And of course, if you don't get out early enough, your car will be covered in snow. We've upped the snow impact to high simply because of the near blizzard-like conditions. We're looking at maybe 1 to 4 inches, possibly some locally higher amounts. Extreme cold, and then, of course, the wind becomes a major issue. This is it. We are at the action stage. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you have everything you need at home because you may be stuck there a couple of days just because it's going to be so darn cold outside. So make sure you are ready. Skywatch Storm Tracker, it's cloudy. Let's break down warnings first. In the pink, these are winter storm warnings. Now, in this system, this overrides other things. So everybody is under a wind chill warning through at least 1 o'clock Friday, and the winter storm warnings run until midnight tomorrow. And then outside of that, we have winter weather advisories. On the Missouri side, they're until midnight Friday, and on the Kansas side, they are until 6 o'clock on Thursday. Latest thinking on the snow. Here we go. 2 to 4 inches. Some of us could see locally higher amounts. With the winds, we could see some deeper snow drifts as well. So be careful about that as well. All right, now's the time to scan that QR code or go to your favorite app store. Make sure you have the KOAM Skywatch weather app. We'll have all the latest information, warnings, alerts, everything you need to know right there when you're not by your TV. Here comes the system. Here comes the winds. We're talking 40, 45 mile an hour wind gusts. They will last all through Thursday and into Friday as well before they start to calm down. And this is what they're going to do to wind chills. So we head through the morning. We're talking negative 20, negative 30 degrees out there. Dangerous to be outside. This morning we're also contending with some fog. So do give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going. Thankfully not too dense, but you can see it at 7th and Rangeline, 27 in Joplin. Feeling like 19 right now, and that's just with an east wind at 8. So wait until those gusts begin. We got 25 Yates Center, 27 Chetopa, 29 Miami, and 26 in Lamar. For the rest of today, we're looking at a high of 44, your last good travel day, mostly cloudy skies. Later tonight, we're down to 32. Temperatures will start falling as we head through the morning. Snow, light snow starts moving in about 2 a.m., and then the main event really gets going between 5 and 6. Quick check of your 7-day. So we head into Friday, 10 degrees, maybe some light snow flurries, 17 Christmas Eve, and 31 by Christmas Day. All right. Well, if you're a parent, you know how much most kids love technology and tablets. And one of the most popular apps across the country is the gaming platform Roblox. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that one. There are lots of opportunities within the app to spend money. And all it takes is your child pressing a few buttons, and one single mom found out the hard way. Bianca Biono talked to a mom.
Oh yeah, he's got the moves.
Kayla Howard's house is a lively one.
Why are you so cute?
A single mom working 2 jobs to support her 4 kids.
It's been a struggle. It's been a challenge.
A challenge often eased by technology.
He's on his tablet.
Their favorite app? Roblox, the popular online platform where users can develop and play games. Users can pay to upgrade their character or buy additional games.
I've actually embedded it as part of like their chore system. So, I mean, that's how important Roblox is in our home.
But a source of fun in Kayla's home has become a source of struggle for her.
The timing could not have been worse.
On Saturday, as her son was using the app, Kayla got a call from her bank. Several charges from Roblox, totaling $897.
He's 7. He has autism. You know, it's hard for him to recognize consequences for his actions.
Kayla's account overdrafted. The money she was saving for gifts, decorations, and rent gone a week before Christmas.
And I'm trying my best to like not cry and not to like stress out about it. I'm just trying to like be as solution focused as I can.
Right away, Kayla reached out to Google Play and Roblox. Google refunding her just $10.
As you can see, they only refunded this one, but not these.
Kayla has filed a claim with Roblox, still waiting to hear back. A spokesperson tells 12 News they evaluate and refund unauthorized purchases on a case-by-case basis.
Sometimes as busy parents, we do overlook things.
Smiling through the stress, she hopes her case is one of them.
That's what I'm hoping for. Just a refund would be awesome.
All right, now a Roblox spokesperson says they're looking into Kayla's case. They say a tip for parents moving forward is to set a monthly spending limit within the app. That brings us to our question for you this morning. How many hours per day should kids have access to that kind of technology? Is it 1 hour, 2 hours, 3, 4, 5? Maybe something different. We want to hear from you. Make sure you vote through our website, through the app, and take part in discussion on our Facebook page. We'll be right back.
Right now at 5:30, we learn about the tragic story of a missing Cherokee County, Kansas woman and how the sheriff's office hopes that advances in technology give answers that her loved ones have been longing for.
We've got winter storm warnings, wind chill warnings, a big system coming in tomorrow. We're going to take a look at all of it coming up.
And the SEK Humane Society staff, board members, and the doggy bag staff team up to draw bad pet portraits.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's now 5:31. I'm Tanya Buck.
I'm Chris Warner. We got a lot to go over in the weather because a little after 3 this morning, we had some winter storm warnings come down across the area. So let's dive right in. We're talking first up travel impacts tomorrow. We're looking at slippery conditions, blowing and drifting snow, and some, of course, snow-covered cars, so make sure you're prepared for that potential impact. Snow impact is potentially high, mostly because of the near blizzard-like conditions we could see. And, of course, the cold is a high impact, so is the wind, as we're looking at gusts of 40, 45 miles an hour. We are at the take action stage. Make sure you are prepared for this storm as it rolls in about 24 hours from now. And today, by the way, your last good travel day if you're traveling for the weekend. Winter storm warnings in pink through Friday at midnight. Wind chill warnings for everybody, even though you can't see them under the pink. They're there through at least Friday afternoon, and winter weather advisories on the Kansas side through 6 tomorrow and until midnight Friday on the Missouri side. We're looking anywhere from 2 to 4 inches, some locally higher amounts possible, and of course with drifting snow, we could see some deeper snow drifts out there, so make sure that you download the KOAM Skywatch weather app by scanning that QR code or searching for it in your favorite app store. Now is not the time to be without the weather in your pocket. Winds as this system rolls in. We're looking at them gusting 40, 45 miles an hour, giving us wind chills. They're going to push to minus 20, minus 30 degrees as we head through Thursday and Friday, hence the wind chill warning. We also have some fog to contend with in parts of southwest Missouri and into northeast Oklahoma, so do be careful out there. You can see the foggy conditions, 7th and range line. It's 27 degrees, feeling like 19 degrees, the cloudy skies. And across the area, 24 Iola, 29 Miami, and 27 in Carthage. For today, we're looking at a high of 44, mostly cloudy, so travel today if you can. Tonight, we start at 32, temperatures plummet, light snow by 2 a.m. Main event gets going between 5 and 6 o'clock tomorrow. And of course, we'll be right here with you on the KOAM Morning News with live updates through the morning as this system rolls on through.
I know, we'll be here as it comes in. So
yeah, so do not travel tomorrow unless it's an absolute emergency. If you're planning to travel for the holiday weekend, today's the day to leave.
Or wait till it's done.
Wait till it's done. You know, if you're wanting to get there early, leave today. Otherwise, maybe Saturday. It's not going to get warm enough for a lot of this to melt, and plow crews are short-staffed, so it depends on how quickly they can get out there and clear some of the roads. So today's your best day, really.
There you go. All right, thanks, Chris. Well, 3 Rogersville and Springfield, Missouri men have been sentenced in federal court for their roles in a scheme to transport tens of thousands of stolen catalytic converters across state lines as part of a multi-million-dollar business. 25-year-old Evan Marshall gets nearly 6 years in federal prison without parole. 31-year-old Cody Ryder gets nearly 2.5 years in prison. And 25-year-old Joseph Davis receives 5 years probation. You can get a full breakdown of charges with our KOAM News Now app. Back to our severe weather plans. Missouri Governor Mike Parson has ordered state agencies to prepare for the winter storm and extreme cold. On Tuesday afternoon, Governor Parson signed an executive order to activate the state emergency operations plan and the Missouri National Guard for response efforts. The order is precautionary to make sure state resources and Guard members are available to help citizens and support authorities. Approximately 600,000 people are declared missing every year, and there are 4,400 unidentified bodies discovered every year. Although it's terrifying to think about, someone you love could go missing. This is the reality for one Cherokee County, Kansas family. Amber Jenkins has more on this tragic story and how the sheriff's office is hoping technology will help get them answers.
Good morning, Tanya. Carol Sullins went missing on August 31st, 1991 from her job in Galena, Kansas. She was 18 years old. Her family is still looking for answers. Sheriff Groves of Sheriff County Sheriff Office is hopeful answers are found as technology advances.
As time goes by, technology advances, and so we're currently working with an organization that we're hoping to get our hands on a piece of equipment that might aid in our ability to search some areas.
December 17th would have been Carol's 50th birthday. Her loved ones still gather at her last known spot to remember her bright spirit.
Well, thank you, Amber. I'm curious though, did Sheriff Groves mention if they have any new leads in this case, particularly with the technology?
Right now, he said he's working with a nonprofit agency and they have a very long wait list for this new technology, but he's hoping by spring they can get their hands on the technology and then find some better leads in Carol's case.
Okay, we'll definitely be following that this spring for sure. All right, thank you so much. Well, we love our spouses, but do we love them as much as our pets? What if bad portraits are drawn of them? The Doggy Bag in Pittsburgh hosted its first ever Bad Pet Portraits fundraiser. The portraits are supposed to be bad, that's the name. Pet owners submitted photos of their beloved pets, and shelter staff, the Doggy Bag staff, and board members drew pictures of the animals.
It was really special. It's something different for our staff to do because we work constantly with the animals every day, but on that downtime just to be able to get creative with it, it was really fun for our staff to do because every single staff member did one, from at our shelter, here at the Doggy Bag resale shop, and even some board members did some as well too.
In total, they raised more than $250 to go towards animal medical funds. I'm going to say some of those pictures were definitely not bad. Those were good pet
I could
portraits.
draw bad pet portraits, but man, some of those were actually pretty decent. A little abstract too, but hey.
Yeah. All right, well, this morning we're discussing how much time should kids get access to technology.
See, Kayla Howard's house is a lively one. A single mom working 2 jobs to support her 4 kids. Challenge often eased by technology.
Such a great babysitter. Their favorite app, Roblox, a popular online platform where users can develop and play games. Users can pay to upgrade their character or buy additional games.
See, and that's the problem though, because that's become a bit of a struggle. As Saturday, her son was using the app and she got a call from her bank. Several charges from Roblox totaling $897. So her account overdrafted. The money she was saving for gifts, decorations, and rent gone a week before Christmas. That brings us to our question for you. How many hours per day should kids have access to technology? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or something different? So far, 50% of you say an hour, 25% of you say 2 hours, and 25% of you say 5 hours. Make sure you vote through our website, through our app, take part in discussion on our Facebook page.
Yeah, if there's a way to like unlink your card from their accounts, that's
Definitely
what I would
do that. I was put in charge of making sure our kids couldn't access our accounts. Everything has to be
I learned
approved.
the hard way about 10 years ago when my oldest, he was little, he was really little then, charged about $200 from Nintendo purchases. He knew what he was doing too.
Oh, yeah. They're
he knew
smarter
what he was doing.
than they seem.
Yeah. And that's a look at our top news stories. Coming up this half hour in the KOAM Morning News, a North Carolina college student gets diagnosed with terminal cancer, but doesn't let that stop him from getting his degree. However, before he can walk across the stage to receive it, he passes away. We'll have the story of how one dad crosses the finish line for his son.
Plus, the city lights up just in time for the holiday season. We'll have the latest.
You're watching the KOAM Morning News. More real news in the morning. We'll be right back. Topping World Watch, Pakistan's special forces killed dozens of Taliban-linked detainees after a 2-day standoff at a police station. Security forces raided the police center in Bannu on Tuesday, where several guards had been overpowered by detainees. 33 hostage takers were killed in the rescue operation. Thick black smoke can be seen coming from inside the facility where explosions were also heard. Pakistan's defense minister says the raid came after the detainees seized weapons and killed 2 hostages on Sunday, adding the remaining hostages were freed. Taliban officially bans all women from attending university in Afghanistan. The new government goes back on its promise to be tolerant of women's rights within the country. Comes as the Taliban works to garner international support to bolster its legitimacy. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says the policy is a, quote, broken promise. It's the Taliban's latest move in prohibiting the freedom of women since blocking most from working along with making head-to-toe clothing mandatory in public. An elderly woman who worked as a typist at a Nazi concentration camp in World War II has been spared jail time. 97-year-old Irmgard Faulkner was handed a 2-year suspended sentence at a German court on Tuesday after she was convicted of contributing to the murder of over 11,000 people while working at the Stutthof camp near Gdansk in Nazi-occupied Poland. She was sentenced under juvenile law because she was only 18 years old at the time of the crimes between 1943 and 1945. Well, City of Lights is all aglow for the holiday season. Paris's iconic Champs-Élysées is lined with 400 trees that are decked out in gold lights. Nearby, an illuminated garden boasts giant flowers and insects. Many stores glitter in the night with Christmas trees and decorative window displays. Residents and tourists flock to the French capital to shop at the Christmas market, eat, drink, and be merry as they take in all the sights and sounds of the season. That's a look at your biggest headlines from around the world. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
All right, we've got winter storm warnings for the counties in pink through midnight tomorrow. Wind chill warnings for everybody until Friday at about 1 o'clock. So on this map, just so you know, the winter storm warning in the map's thinking is more important, so it overlays the wind chill warning, but everybody is under that. Then outside of that, we have winter weather advisories for parts of southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma through 6 o'clock tomorrow, and in southwest Missouri through midnight tomorrow. Looking anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow. Could see some locally higher amounts, but this is about what we're looking at for this system. So of course, make sure you have the Skywatch weather app, scan that QR code, or go to the KOA or to your favorite app store and search for KOAM Skywatch weather. All right, the winds are one of the big issues. As this system rolls in, we've got gusts 40, 45 miles an hour, and that's going to lead to wind chills pushing minus 20, upwards of minus 30 degrees out there, making it dangerously cold as we head through Thursday and Friday. As for this morning, we've still got some fog to contend with, almost right along the I-44 corridor. So if you are traveling this morning, do be cautious. You can see it is foggy a bit at 7th and Rangeline. 27 in Joplin, otherwise cloudy. A light east breeze at 8, making it feel like 19. That's a light breeze. Just wait till these gusts kick in. Across the region, we've got a cold start for us, but we got a mild day ahead of us. 24 in Iola, 25 Pittsburgh, 29 Miami, Neosho, 27 Carthage, and 26 in Lamar. As for today, 44 degrees, mostly cloudy. This is your last good travel day if you're heading out for the holiday weekend. As we head into tonight, we're going to top out at 32 early as the official low, and then temperatures will plummet. We're looking at light snow by 2 a.m. The big system starts to overspread the area as we head toward 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we do have alert days for Thursday and Friday. We got the blowing snow, which could cause blizzard-like conditions out there, low visibilities, and maybe some light snow Friday, just plain old cold. Christmas Eve, we're at 17. We're at 31 by Sunday for Christmas Day, so a little bit better. Milder by Monday, 35. But we could see there's a low-end chance of maybe a wintry mix possible. And then check out Tuesday of next week, back up to 40 degrees under partly cloudy skies. But seriously, do not travel tomorrow, and Friday may still be bad as well. So if you're traveling for the weekend, do it today. We've got a lot more of the KOAM Morning News coming up.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. 3 Rogersville and Springfield, Missouri men have been sentenced in federal court for their roles in a scheme to transport tens of thousands of stolen catalytic converters across state lines as part of a multi-million-dollar business. 25-year-old Evan Marshall gets nearly 6 years in federal prison without parole. 31-year-old Cody Ryder gets nearly 2.5 years in prison. And 25-year-old Joseph Davis receives 5 years probation. You can get a full breakdown of charges with our KOAM News Now app. Extreme winter weather is just around the corner, so you want to make sure your vehicle is ready for it. For example, you should make sure your car fluids are replenished. Make sure that your tires have adequate tread as well, and you should also have a safety kit in the event that your car breaks down. You should remember various components of the car impact each other. Well, animals are cute, but what about when bad portraits are drawn of them? Of course, they get even cuter. The Doggy Bag in Pittsburgh hosted its first ever Bad Pet Portraits fundraiser. Pet owners submitted photos of their beloved pets, and shelter staff, the Doggy Bag staff, and board members drew pictures of the pets. In total, they raised more than $250 to go towards animal medical funds. A local real estate company is helping the Ronald McDonald House. Reese Nichols agents donated $100 for every home they helped buy or sell between April and November. In total, they donated $6,900. On Tuesday, they presented that money at the Ronald McDonald House in Joplin. Officials say this is enough for 69 free nights for families. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. It's a story of perseverance. A North Carolina college student is not letting a terminal cancer diagnosis stop him from his goal of getting a college degree. Anik Joseph brings us his inspiring story.
For years, Sean Edwards worked hard to accomplish his dream.
This day would be the day that he would be walking across the stage to get his bachelor's degree in communication.
Edwards' father says his son was a proud Seahawk. Then an unexpected diagnosis.
In March of this year, we found out that he had a germ cell tumor in his chest.
Despite his obstacles, Edwards stayed determined to reach his goal, receiving chemotherapy, trying to keep up his energy to finish what he started, with his family by his side, cheering him on.
He finished his studies. He continued to work hard on his studies. He did one of his final assignments in a hospital bed while I sat next to him.
Meeting all requirements to obtain his undergraduate degree from UNCW.
He still continued to fight, but on September 7th of this year, he passed away. But his fight is what I continue to fight for.
Sean Edwards Sr. finishing what his son started.
Walking in honor and memory of his late son, Sean Antonio Edwards Jr., who completed his Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies while fighting a battle with cancer.
Accepting his degree along his classmates.
He was full of joy, laughter, love life, and just embrace being able to be a part of something bigger than himself.
His family embracing and cherishing the 22 years they had with him.
I feel like this is the final stamp of approval on him. Part of his legacy, his life, is that he persevered. He did not give up.
A walk to remember, a son who taught as much as he learned.
Edwards Sr. says he hopes his son's story pushes people to not give up on their dreams, no matter the challenges they face. We'll be right back with more after this. Well, a couple from New Hampshire is reliving some memories they tucked away nearly a quarter century ago. David and Allison Prue married and lived in Hawaii for a period of time while serving in the Marines. They left years ago, but recently traveled back to Hawaii to open a time capsule they buried during their stay. The couple searched for 6 hours before finally finding their hidden treasure. Better luck than Chris has when he looks for buried time capsules. Some of the items they recovered included a lei, a piece of a uniform, a diaper, and some old photos. The Prues hope by sharing their story they can encourage other people to bury a time capsule of their own.
I hope that diaper wasn't used.
Me too. Well, someone just paid big bucks to make the song lyrics, "E.T. Come Visit Me," come true. The adorable animatronic alien in Steven Spielberg's 1982 sci-fi classic E.T., the extraterrestrial, sold for $2.56 million at auction. The filming model was created by Oscar-winning special effects master Carlo Rambaldi in 1981, long before the advent of CGI. With facial expressions, neck movements, and 85 points of articulation. It was considered an engineering masterpiece at the time. All that detail imbued the big-eyed alien with a childlike innocence that audiences simply fell in love with. E.T. melted hearts around the world, and the film won 4 Oscars at the 1982 Academy Awards, including Best Visual Effects.
Okay, without his skin, E.T. there, that could have been a horror movie if that's how he actually looked. That was terrifying.
So cute.
Our weather coming up is terrifying too. All right, 44 today, your last good travel day, mostly cloudy. As we head into tonight, 32 for the low, temperatures start plummeting toward the morning. Some light snow at 2 a.m. Big show gets here between 5 and 6 a.m. Should last through about noon, 1 o'clock. We have alert days for Thursday and Friday. We got winter storm warnings, wind chill warnings in effect. Winds gusting 45 miles an hour, wind chills upwards of -30. 10 on Friday, 17 Christmas Eve, 31 Christmas Day, maybe a wintry mix on Monday with a high of 35, and then check out next Tuesday, 40 degrees, partly cloudy. But in all honesty, if you're traveling, do it today, because tomorrow and Friday are not going to be good days to be doing that at all. We're back with more right after this.
Right now at 6, the 4 states prepares itself for a dangerous onslaught of brutal winter temperatures. We've got advice from the experts on how you can make sure your vehicle is winter ready.
To make sure it's winter weather ready, we have alert days tomorrow and Friday. We got winter storm warnings, wind chill warnings, blowing snow, wind chills down to -30 degrees. We're going to break it all down coming up.
Can be bittersweet for the families of a missing person. One such family talks with Amber Jenkins about its quest for closure.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. I'm Tanya Bach.
I'm Chris Warner. Just after 6, I know we've shown some of these same things over and over this morning, but we're just wanting to really emphasize the seriousness of tomorrow's winter storm, because it's going to get nasty. In terms of travel impacts, we're looking at the winds gusting as much as they could be. We're talking slippery conditions, blowing and drifting snow, and of course snow-covered cars as you start your day tomorrow. We got a high impact on snow, mostly because of the blowing and drifting snow. High impact from the cold weather as temperatures will plummet, and the wind gusting 40 to 45 miles an hour. So this is our day. This is the action day. Make sure you are ready for tomorrow, because today's your last day to get ready. If you're traveling, today's your last good day to travel before the Christmas weekend, so make sure you're in place. All right, we got winter storm warnings in the pink through midnight tomorrow. Wind chill warnings for everybody through at least Friday at 1 o'clock. And then we have winter weather advisory, southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma through tomorrow at 6. And winter weather advisories on the southwest Missouri side of things through midnight. We're talking 2 to 4 inches of snow, maybe some locally higher amounts. Additionally, with the blowing snow, you'll get those snow drifts. Some of those could be fairly deep in some areas, so just be aware of that. Make sure you have the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Scan that QR code, go to your favorite app store, search and download it, because now's the time to not be without it. Winds tomorrow morning start to pick up. We see those gusts 40, 45 miles an hour, and they will last through Thursday and into Friday. And this is what it'll do to our wind chills, taking them down -20, upwards of -30 degrees. We're also dealing with fog this morning, so mainly right along the I-44 corridor. If you're traveling this morning, do be aware of that. You can see it's a little foggy at 7th and Rangeline right now, 27 degrees. That light east-southeast breeze at 9, making it feel almost 10 degrees cooler at 18. So that's why we're warning you about these wind chills as winds start gusting 40, 45. 24 in Iola, 25 Pittsburgh, 29 Miami, 28 in Neosho, and 26 Lamar and Carthage. Again, today, your last good travel day. We're looking at 44 degrees. It's hard to believe what's coming. 44 degrees today, mostly cloudy. Low tonight of 32. Temperatures will start to plummet as we head into tomorrow. Some light snow starts moving in about 2 a.m. The main show really overtakes the area about 5 to 6 a.m. and should last through about noon, 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So just travel today if you can. Do not do it tomorrow. And because of how cold it's going to be between tomorrow and Friday, there's not going to be any melting. And with plow crews across the area being short-staffed, they may not get to all the roads in a single day. And so that's why today's your best travel day. If you don't have to be out tomorrow, do everything in your power to not be out tomorrow. Today's a great day to get ready.
That's right. Definitely get ready. And don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Missouri Governor Mike Parson orders state agencies to prepare for the likelihood of a winter storm and extreme cold. On Tuesday, Governor Parson signed an executive order to activate the State Emergency Operations Plan and the Missouri National Guard for response efforts. The order is precautionary to make sure state resources and Guard members are available to help citizens and support authorities. In preparation for those freezing temps, you also want to make sure you prepare your vehicle. Things to check to ensure vehicle safety, and make sure all of your car fluids are replenished. Also, make sure there is little to no balding on your tires, and keep a safety kit in your vehicle in the event it breaks down.
Just making sure your fluids are topped off, that you have the right amount of coolant in there to keep it from freezing over. Another thing a lot of people don't think about is the washer fluid. You can actually put fluid in there that's good to -40. That way when you go out, you got ice on there, you can actually use your sprayers to de-ice the windshield.
Coming up, when the KOAM makes the transition over to Fox 14, our own Jalen Banks will share with us all the items you should have in your car emergency kits. Well, 3 Rogersville and Springfield, Missouri men received sentencing in federal court for their roles in a scheme to transport tens of thousands of stolen catalytic converters across state lines as part of a multi-million-dollar business. 25-year-old Evan Marshall gets nearly 6 years in federal prison without parole. 31-year-old Cody Ryder got nearly 2.5 years in prison. And 25-year-old Joseph Davis receives 5 years probation. You can get a full breakdown of charges on our KOAM News Now app. Winter weather hasn't stopped the battle over what to do with the influx of migrants across the southern border from heating up. Latest move involves the Biden administration asking the United States Supreme Court to end restrictions on migrants hoping to gain asylum here in the United States. The Trump administration imposed a rule during the pandemic that expelled migrants without allowing them to seek asylum. In the meantime, Texas Governor Greg Abbott sent 400 National Guard troops to the border in an attempt to block the flow of migrants into the U.S. The White House has asked if the Supreme Court is going to let Title 42 expire. They wait until after Christmas. For many people, the holidays are filled with special memories, but for those families who are missing a loved one, the holidays can be painful. Amber Jenkins spoke to one such family.
Good morning, Tanya. Carol Sutherland went missing on August 31st, 1991 from her job in Galena, Kansas. She was 18 years old. Her family is still looking for answers. Sheriff Groves of Cherokee County Sheriff's Office is hopeful answers are found as technology advances.
Hope is a lot of things.
Yeah,
you know, what do we hope for? You know, do we hope she comes home alive? Yeah. Do we hope that she's out there somewhere and not known? Yes. Reality, we don't believe so. We just hope we could have closure.
December 17th would have been Carol's 50th birthday. Her loved ones still gather at her last known location to remember her bright spirit.
Right. And obviously everyone was gathered there when you met with them. Were they gathered to celebrate her birthday, or what were they doing specifically?
Celebrating her birthday, celebrating her life, celebrating memories and laughing of great memories of her. They talked about her personality. It was truly just a celebration of her and not forgetting her.
All right, and that's important. Hopefully that new technology will come around and they can get some answers.
Definitely.
All right, thanks, Amber. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News, Donald Trump has fought for years to keep his tax returns out of the public eye, but the House voted to make the documents public. We'll have the latest. And some good news you can sink your teeth into as new research finds some food may improve bad breath. With Santa to share with you. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. More real news in the morning. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch this morning, some surprising new details about how loosely the IRS was monitoring former President Donald Trump's taxes. This comes as a congressional committee voted on Tuesday to release Trump's tax returns in the coming days. Jared Hill has details.
After years of former President Trump trying to shield his tax returns from the public eye,
the documents are ordered reported to the House.
A House committee along party lines has voted to make the documents public.
It's about making sure there are checks and balances for the office of the presidency, which is the most powerful in the world.
Last month, the Democrat-controlled committee received 6 years of Trump's tax returns from 2015 to 2020. The tug of war ended when the Supreme Court decided not to block their release. The top Republican on the committee, Texas's Kevin Brady, argued this was pure politics.
Democrats on the Ways and Means Committee have unleashed a dangerous new political weapon that overturns decades of privacy protections for average taxpayers.
But former President Trump's decision not to release his tax returns overturned decades of precedent among occupants of the White House. Democrats sought the documents, saying they were part of a probe into an IRS program that audits presidents. Tuesday night, a report from the Joint Committee on Taxation found the IRS had not done the mandatory audit of former President Trump's taxes during the first 2 years he was in office, and other years weren't examined until after he left the White House.
We have a two-tiered tax system where working people are held to one standard and the very rich and the well-connected are held to a different.
Adding fuel to their claims, the IRS needs more resources. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Committee chair said it could take a few days to make sure private or sensitive information is redacted from the documents before they are released. That's a look at one of today's top national stories. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got a winter storm warning for the counties in pink. We have wind chill warnings for the counties in this light blue, but that also includes the winter storm warning areas. So we're going to see blowing snow, drifting snow. We're talking near blizzard-like conditions possible. We're looking at upwards of 2 to 4 inches of snow possible, some locally higher amounts possible as well. And with the wind chill warning, we're also talking about the possibility of wind chills reaching minus 30 to minus 35 as we head through Thursday and Friday. So we do have alert days for both those days. We also have winter weather advisories in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma through tomorrow at 6. And these winter weather advisories in southwest Missouri go until midnight on Friday. So again, a quick look at the snow totals, upwards of 2 to 4 inches. Some locally higher amounts are possible. We're going to take a really in-depth look at this winter storm as it rolls in here in just a couple of minutes when we come back. All right, we got a big winter system coming in tomorrow, so we're going to break it all down for you step by step this morning. We have alert days, Thursday, Friday. We have wind chill warnings, winter storm warnings for some of us that run through tomorrow. The wind chill warnings continue through at least Friday afternoon. We're talking snow, gusty winds, dangerously cold temperatures, wind chills upwards of minus 30. Let's start with travel impacts. We're looking at the possibility, of course, of slippery conditions. We got the blowing and drifting snow with these winds gusting upwards of 40, 45 miles an hour, and of course snow-covered cars if you are traveling tomorrow, which, by the way, is not recommended at all at this point. High impact from snow for this system as we are looking at the possibility of that blowing snow out there, possibly near blizzard-like conditions. High impact from the cold as temperatures will plummet and we'll have those bad wind chills, and hence a high impact from the wind because it's going to be pretty nasty out there. Today is your action day. Make sure you are ready to go. You've got your plans in place. You're ready for the storm because you could be hunkered down for a couple of days as this rolls through. Lots of cloud cover, some fog out there. We'll get to that in a moment. Winter storm warnings in the counties in pink and through midnight tomorrow, technically tomorrow, so Friday morning. And then wind chill warnings for everybody through 1 o'clock on Friday. And we have winter weather advisory, southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma through Thursday at 6 o'clock, southwest Missouri through Friday at midnight. We're looking at anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow, maybe some locally higher amounts possible. And of course, with blowing snow, we could get some of those deeper snow drifts. Now's the time to get the KOAM Skywatch weather app if you don't already have it. Scan that QR code or go to your favorite app store and search for KOAM Skywatch weather. Get it downloaded, everything you need to know right in the palm of your hand if you're away from your TV. All right, tomorrow morning we get those winds gusting 40, 45 miles an hour. We'll hold on to gusty winds all through Thursday and into Friday. That's why we have the wind chill warning out there through Friday as well. This is those future wind chills. By noon tomorrow, we're looking at negative 20, negative 25, and they could go even lower as we head through Thursday and Friday. For this morning, we got some fog almost right along the I-44 corridor. So if you are traveling this morning, give yourself some time. You can see it's a little foggy at 7th and Range Line. 27 degrees in Joplin, feeling like 18, cloudy otherwise. 24 Iola, 25 Parsons, 29 Miami, and 26 in Lamar and Carthage. Now for today, your last good travel day, 44 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, a low tonight of 32. Temperatures plummet tomorrow morning, light snow by 2 a.m., and the main event gets here right around 5 to 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Today is also the first day of winter. It's the winter solstice, and I've been wanting to show this. I had this ready for a couple of months. Sun's going to be the furthest south on the horizon. We got our shortest amount of daylight today, and in the southern hemisphere, by the way, it's the summer solstice. So now to the 7-day. All right, alert days, Thursday, Friday. We've gone over what's happening then. By Christmas Eve, 17, Christmas Day, 31, so a little bit warmer. Maybe a wintry mix on Monday, 35, and then we're up to 40 by Tuesday with partly cloudy skies. Got a lot more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Topping Health Watch this morning, fermented foods like yogurt, sourdough bread, and miso soup may improve bad breath when taken as a supplement. Researchers found that the probiotic bacteria found in these foods help clear embarrassing halitosis. Study authors say probiotics can stop the breakdown of amino acids and other proteins in the mouth, which can decrease some unpleasant odors. Well, common red dye found in items like candy, soft drinks, dairy products, and some cereals may trigger inflammatory bowel disease. Researchers at McMaster University in Ontario found that long-term consumption of Alera red food dye can also lead to Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. The dye is used to add color and texture, often to attract children. Study authors say it disrupts gut function, which can then lead to serious stomach issues. Ouch. And fewer Americans are being injured in bicycle-related incidents, and that's according to new data published in the Journal of Orthopedic Research. The study analyzed data over the last decade, which included more than 4.5 million bike injuries. While there was an overall decrease over time, there was an increase in injuries to older Americans. A Connecticut mother has a lot to be grateful for this holiday season. She's been battling a disease her entire life and thought she might never be able to be a mother. Now she has a beautiful baby girl. Roger Suzanen has their story.
Deja Dillon doesn't take a single moment for granted with her 4-month-old daughter, Kinsley.
This right here, is this what you always dreamed of?
Yes. The new mom has sickle cell disease, an inherited blood disorder which causes severe pain episodes.
You do have pain every single day, and then when you have those crises, it becomes excruciating.
Dillon always wanted to be a mother, but some doctors discouraged her from having children, concerned it would make her symptoms worse. So when she found out she was pregnant,
I was very joyful, but I was also scared, to be honest.
When a woman is pregnant, her body is already physiologically under a tremendous amount of stress. Having sickle cell disease adds to the burden, and it also can affect the placenta. There can be a higher incidence of individuals who have miscarriages because their hemoglobin is affected.
The team at UConn Health's New England Sickle Cell Institute and Maternal Fetal Medicine Clinic helped Dillon on the journey to a safe delivery for both mom and baby.
We made a plan for managing her pain, managing her hemoglobin, so she had regularly scheduled blood transfusions to support her pregnancy, which is one of the reasons why she was able to have a healthy baby girl.
Dillon developed preeclampsia, a high blood pressure condition during pregnancy, and needed a C-section at 36 weeks.
It was very overwhelming for me. They put it on my chest, and I just felt like everything was going to be fine.
And it was. Kinsley was also born sickle cell free.
She was meant to be here, definitely meant to be here.
This family is counting their blessings for Kinsley's first Christmas. Roger Suzanen, CBS News, Manchester, Connecticut.
Oh, what a sweet baby girl. About 70 to 100,000 Americans have sickle cell disease, and that's according to the American Society of Hematology. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
All right, we've got winter storm warnings for the counties in pink through Friday at midnight and a wind chill warning for everybody until Friday at 1 o'clock at the latest, because we have got a massive winter storm coming our direction. Winter weather advisories for southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma through tomorrow at 6, and then winter weather advisories in southwest Missouri through Friday at midnight. We're looking at anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow possible with with this system across the area. And then when you factor in the winds, that's when we're going to have the bigger problems. We got winds that'll come in with this system tomorrow morning and through Friday that'll be blowing upwards of 30, 40, 45 miles an hour. It's going to create blowing snow, which could create blizzard-like conditions. It will also put our wind chills Thursday and Friday back down into the minus 20 to minus 30 degree range, making it dangerously cold the next couple of days. We also have fog this morning to contend with, almost right along the I-44 corridor. So if you're traveling this morning, give yourself some time. You can see it is foggy at 7th and Range Line. 27, a light breeze, making it feel like 18. That's why we have this wind chill warning, because it's going to get very cold out there. 23 Iola, 25 Parsons, 29 Miami, 27 Lamar Carthage, and 29 in Neosho. Now for today, if you're traveling for the weekend, honestly, today is your last best day to do it, because we're looking at 44 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Then tonight, that Arctic front moves in. We start 32 for a low. Temperatures will plummet through tomorrow morning. Light snow moving into the area around 2 a.m. The big show really gets going about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then we're going to stay cold after that. So 32 to start Thursday. Temperatures fall -2, -1 Friday night with a high of 10. 17 Christmas Eve. We're looking at 31 on Christmas Day, mostly cloudy. Possibly a wintry mix on Monday, otherwise 35 degrees. And then we're back up to 40 by next Tuesday. So again, traveling tomorrow and Friday, definitely out of the question. If you're leaving the area, now's the day to do it. We'll be back with a lot more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Right now at 6:30, the 4 states prepares itself for a dangerous onslaught of brutal winter temperatures. We've got advice from the experts on how you can make sure your vehicle is winter ready.
And it's gonna need to be winter ready. We've got alert days tomorrow and Friday. We're talking blowing snow. We're talking dangerously cold temperatures. We're talking winter storm warnings, wind chill warnings, a lot to cover. We're gonna go over it here in just a couple of minutes.
And the holidays can be bittersweet for the families of a missing person. And one such family talks with Amber Jenkins about its quest for closure.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's now 6:30 in 2 seconds.
Just about. Just about. We've got a lot of winter weather to talk about, and I'm going to just dive right into it if that's all right with you.
Sounds good.
Let's start with travel impacts from this system tomorrow. We are looking at a number of potential impacts from this. We're talking slippery conditions, blowing and drifting snow, and some snow-covered cars. The system, we're looking at high impact from the snow, mostly from the blowing perspective, but at the same time, 2 to 4 inches can be a significant amount for this area. We're looking at high impact from the cold and the wind. The winds are going to be really gusty, and wind chills are going to be dangerously cold. Today's your action day. Today's a great day to take action as well. We're looking pretty good for today. Make sure you have your plan in place and that you're ready to be hunkered down possibly for a couple of days. Winter storm warnings in the pink through Friday at midnight. Everybody under a wind chill warning through Friday at 1 o'clock. Winter weather advisory, southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma through tomorrow at 6. And in southwest Missouri, they run until Friday at midnight. Again, storm totals 2 to 4 inches, some locally higher amounts possible. And of course, with snow drifts, with the blowing snow, it could be a little bit deeper than that in some areas. Let's take a look real quick at the winds. So we're talking the winds. They're going to start gusting 40, 45 miles an hour as we head into tomorrow morning and into Friday as well. That's why we have the wind chill warning, as wind chills are going to start to drop to the -20 to -30 degree range across the area. We're dealing with some fog this morning to be careful about, so make sure you are paying attention on the road. 27 in Joplin, cloudy, feels like 18, cold across the area. We're looking at 23 Iola, 29 Miami, 27 Lamar and Carthage for today. Heading for a high of 44 degrees, mostly cloudy. Your last best chance to travel is today. Tonight, low of 32. Temperatures plummet toward the morning. Light snow by 2 a.m. and the main system gets here right around 5, 6 o'clock. And we, of course, will be here on the KOAM Morning News with latest updates and some live reports as this system moves through the area.
All right, a lot to keep an eye on. So
absolutely.
Definitely be prepared. If you do have to get out, give yourself so much extra time.
Absolutely. The roads are going to be pretty dangerous tomorrow, and with snowplow crews, some of them are still short-staffed. They may not get to everything tomorrow, so Friday could still be a dangerous driving day as well.
There you go. All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, Missouri Governor Mike Parson has ordered state agencies to prepare Ahead of the winter storm and extreme cold, on Tuesday afternoon, Governor Parson signed an executive order to activate the state emergency operations plan and the Missouri National Guard for response efforts. The order is precautionary to make sure state resources and Guard members are available to help citizens and support authorities. Well, the 4 states is just hours away from extreme winter weather, so you want to make sure your vehicle is ready for it. For example, you should make sure your car fluids are replenished, make sure that your tires have adequate tread on them, and you should also have a safety kit in the event your car breaks down. You should remember various components of the car impact each other.
Steering and suspension is a huge thing. So making sure that it's good, because that will also affect your braking and your handling and that kind of thing as well.
Your car emergency kit could include such things as extra clothing, blankets, food, water, a flashlight, a shovel, and a phone charger. The holidays can be tough for many reasons, but especially for those families who are missing loved ones. In some cases, because those loved ones have disappeared. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
After 31 years, Cherokee County authorities are still searching for Carol Sullins. I spoke to Carol's loved ones and Sheriff Groves about the efforts to find answers. Carol Sullins went missing on August 31st, 1991 from her job in Galena, Kansas. She was 18 years old. Her family is still looking for answers.
I think more than anything, I regret that she didn't get to grow up with us and get to meet the additions to the families that we've all had. Somehow we've had to move on, and unfortunately for her, she hasn't.
Despite yearning for closure, the family still remembers Carol's fiery personality.
Carol had that free spirit.
Bubbly.
She was just, all over the place. She was funny. She was charismatic. She was a hoot. She was fun.
The Cherokee County Sheriff Office is still leading the charge for closure.
Who was involved with her disappearance isn't necessarily what we're seeking information on, but we are seeking information on her remains, and mainly to provide closure to her family. And again, there is a $30,000 reward for information that leads to Carol's remains.
Sheriff Groves is hopeful answers are found as technology advances.
As time goes by, technology advances, and so we're currently working with an organization that we're hoping to get our hands on a piece of equipment that might aid in our ability to search some areas.
After 31 years of searching for Carol, hope keeps her loved ones afloat.
Hope is a lot of things. Yeah, you know, what do we hope for? You know, do we hope she comes home alive? Yeah. Do we hope that she's out there somewhere and not known? Yes. Reality, we don't believe so. We just hope we could have closure.
December 17th was Carol's 50th birthday. Her loved ones still gather at her last known location to remember her bright spirit.
It's nice that they still gather there. Amber, you met with Sheriff David Groves. Where are they at in her case right now? I know it's been since 1991 that she went missing.
Right now, they are still trying to find answers, whether it's her remains. They are on the waiting list for an agency to use advanced technology, but unfortunately, a lot of other sheriff departments are on the waiting list as well. They were hoping to have the technology by winter, but as of right now, they're hoping for spring to get their hands on that new technology.
And I'm sure we'll be following it when they do. Thank you so much, Amber. Well, there are only 4 days left until Christmas, and you know what that means. It's time for more of our Pictures with Santa. And first up, we've got the Leonards, 5-year-old Tate and 1-year-old Lakin. These little guys are from McCune, Kansas.
And we've got Matthew Boffey, 7 years old, from Pittsburgh, getting his photo with Santa there.
He's a sharp-looking lad there. Up next, Amelia Leisman-Frost from Franklin, Kansas. She is 19 months old. Not minding sitting on Santa's lap, does she?
Not at all. And then we've got 4 times the fun with Logan, Ava, Bo, and Jacob. Logan's 14, Ava's 1, Bo is 6, and Jacob is 12. An entire family event to go see Santa this year.
Aww. They look so excited. Yeah. All right, and we have Henry Kane from Fort Scott. Henry is 11 months old. He has Santa on his little outfit.
He does.
Santa's excited about that.
He is too. We've also got the Smithsons. Jonah is 2, Liberty is 6.5. And that's very important to those kids. And 5-year-old Maggie, and you can see the youngest there, not so excited to see Santa this year.
I've been waiting for the screaming, crying picture. Yeah. Oh, you've got to have one of these. This will be a treasure forever.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Jonah. Santa's not a bad guy. It's okay. All right, up next is Jordan Austin from Girard. Jordan is 8 months old.
We've got the Newmans following Jordan. Jack and Desmond are both 7, and then we've got Navy, who is 3.
Oh, that's a cool name. I like it. Inslee Meeks from Cherryville, Kansas is closing out our segment for this morning. Inslee is 7 years old.
Friday will be our last day, so make sure you catch us at about this same time all week long for these Santa photos.
And we've been posting them on our morning show page on KOAMnewsnow.com, so you can check them out later this morning too.
Absolutely.
All right, that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour in the KOAM Morning News. If you're still planning your holiday meal and you're worried about the rising food costs, don't fret. We've got some tips on how you can celebrate without breaking the bank.
Plus, we're keeping an eye on tomorrow's winter storm. We'll have the latest on that forecast coming up.
In Consumer Watch this morning, Christmas is just 4 days away, and though inflation has showed signs of easing, many families are still feeling the pinch. According to a recent Gallup survey, 55% of Americans say they've experienced financial hardship due to rising prices. But inflation does not have to be the Grinch that steals your Christmas. Nancy Chen has some tips to save money.
What do you want to eat then, buddy?
For Francesca DeVito, feeding her 4 kids is where inflation has hit the hardest.
We do a lot more frozen veggies, same with fruits. Try to stretch as much as I can.
Stretching has also meant debt, even after downsizing into this mobile home in New Jersey.
It seems like these credit cards are a matter of necessity for you.
Yeah, it's what gets you in between paycheck. And then unfortunately, your paycheck goes to trying to pay it down. And then it comes down to, am I going to pay the credit card down? Am I going to pay the lot bill?
Now, with holiday bills looming, DeVito and her husband are focusing on cutting back further to afford Christmas for their children. But it hasn't been easy.
The holiday season can be really overwhelming, but you can save money.
I like to call it post-traumatic broke syndrome.
Tiffany Aliche is a financial educator featured in the Netflix documentary Get Smart with Money. Her first tip to save?
You make a list, you check it twice, and see who's going to get a gift or not. So
not everyone's going to get a gift.
No.
A recent survey found that 26% of consumers plan on shortening their gift list this year, with just close family making the cut. As budgets are stretching, credit card debt has soared 15% in the last year, a pace not seen in more than 2 decades. Aliche says instead use debit cards or cash.
Unless you're someone who pays off their credit card debt every single month in full. If you are that person, then using a credit card that generates points, so it allows you to travel, allows you to earn cash back or gas, then you're okay.
And although buy now, pay later options are increasingly popular, Aliche recommends steering clear of them when it comes to gifts.
The worst thing you can do with your finances is to be paying monthly on things that ideally you should be saving up for.
Another tip, consider group gifts or doing a secret Santa, especially if you have a large family. That way you don't need to buy presents for every single person. It's okay. That's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
Yeah, we're going to look at today, tonight, and our 7-day, and then coming up, we'll take a look at the winter storm forecast again. We're going for 44 today, mostly cloudy skies, so if you're traveling for the holiday weekend, today is your day to do it. Tonight, low of 32. Temperatures begin to plummet as we head toward morning. Some light snow moving in by 2 a.m., and the big show gets started right around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. We do have alert days for Thursday and Friday. We got winter storm warnings for Thursday. We got wind chill warnings for Thursday and Friday, as we're going to see wind chills upwards of minus 30 degrees. We're looking at 17 on Christmas Eve, down to 5, and we'll be up to 31 on Christmas Day, mostly cloudy, down to 21. Maybe a wintry mix possible on Monday, 35 for the high, down to 18 for the low, and as we look toward Tuesday, we're looking at a high of 40 degrees with partly cloudy skies. But again, travel today. Do not do it tomorrow or Friday, and we'll have a complete look at that winter storm forecast when we come back.
We take this time to honor today's four-state hero, Private Leon Gann. The Jay, Oklahoma native served in England and in Belgium in 1944. To Private Leon Gann, we thank you. Today's four-state hero.
All right, we got some Wednesday birthdays for you today. We're beginning in Girard with Kenzie Newkirk, who's turning 18. Happy birthday to you, Kenzie.
Oh, my paper says 17, so she's somewhere in there.
She's another year wiser regardless.
That's right. Casey Thompson is 34 years old in Pittsburgh. Happy birthday, Casey.
We got Kobe Sinclair turning 37 over in St. Paul. Happy birthday, Kobe.
All right, and we have Andrea Ponchis celebrating birthday number 39 in Erie, Kansas.
We've also got Amy Haney celebrating birthday number 50. Happy birthday, Amy.
Kathy Ford celebrating the big 7-0 this year. Looking great there, Kathy, in Chanute.
And over in Baxter Springs, Jim and Beth Cullum celebrating their 7th wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary to you, Jim and Beth.
All right, and our list goes on. Bill and Thelma Hilbrandt are celebrating 62 years of wedded bliss there in Iola, Kansas.
And Paige and Kiera Nicholson, they are twins in Fort Scott, celebrating their 16th birthday today. And we've got Landon York in Lawton celebrating birthday number 7. Now, if you want to get us your birthday, Tanya's going to tell you how to do that.
Please send them to us via email, or you can drop them by the station or send them by the USPS method as well. But the fastest, of course, would be email. Send them to either of these two addresses, birthdays with an S at KOAMTV.com or birthdays with an S at KOAMNewsNow.com.
And of course, when you're checking out our website right now for the latest on this winter storm, you can take time to sign up for the KOAM Birthday Club. You get great deals from local businesses, and you get a special message from your friends here at KOAM. Just head over to KOAMNewsNow.com, sign up for the Birthday Club today. All right, so we got our winter storm coming tomorrow. We're going to start first with travel impacts for us. We're looking at slippery conditions, blowing and drifting snow tomorrow, and of course snow-covered cars, so make sure you are prepared for this. In terms of the impacts, we're looking at a high impact from snow, not too much from necessarily from accumulation, but we're talking about the blowing snow that's going to be out there, hence why we've got a high impact from the cold and the wind, as it's going to be very gusty and very cold. Today is your action day. Make sure you are ready to go for this winter storm for tomorrow. Be prepared to be, hunkered down for a couple of days, as it's going to be pretty dangerous to drive. Let's talk mornings. Winter storm warnings for the counties in pink through midnight tomorrow. A wind chill warning for all of us through at least 1 o'clock on Friday. We have winter weather advisories in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma through 6 o'clock tomorrow, and in southwest Missouri they run until midnight tomorrow. So we've got this system rolling on through. We're looking at anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow. We could see some locally higher amounts, and of course with any of that blowing and drifting snow, some of those snow drifts could be a little bit bigger. So make sure you scan this QR code or go to your favorite app store and search for the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Make sure you have it handy, because it's going to come in handy over the next couple of days. As this system rolls in, here's the first issue: the winds gusting 40, 45 miles an hour across the area. It's going to lead to wind chills pushing minus 30 degrees. It's also going to lead to near blizzard-like conditions with the snow as it falls. So here you can see what those wind chills are looking like by noon tomorrow, down to negative 20, negative 25, so dangerously cold. For this morning, almost right along the I-44 corridor, we've been looking at some fog out there. Not too bad, but it's enough that you're going to want to slow down and give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going this morning. You can see it's foggy in Joplin, 27, this light breeze making it feel like 18, hence the wind chill warning and how cold it's going to feel with this system. 23 Iola, 25 Parsons, 29 Miami, 27 Lamar and Carthage this morning. Today is your last good travel day ahead of the weekend, as we're going to be mostly cloudy, heading for a high of 44 degrees. So if you are traveling or if you need to prepare for the winter storm, today is definitely the day to do it. Our low tonight, 32, and the temperatures begin to plummet through the morning. Some light snow by 2 a.m., and then we're looking at the big show getting going about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. 7-day forecast. We have the alert days for tomorrow and Friday. I cannot emphasize enough that you do not want to travel either of these days, especially with plow crews being short-staffed. They're not necessarily going to get to all the roads on Thursday, so both these days are not good travel days whatsoever. We're looking at 17 on Christmas Eve, 31 for Christmas Day, maybe a wintry mix by next Monday, 35, and by Tuesday of next week, we start to warm back up, see some melting taking place as we'll be partly cloudy and 40. We'll be right back after this.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. 3 Rogersville and Springfield, Missouri men have been sentenced in federal court for their roles in a scheme to transport tens of thousands of stolen catalytic converters across state lines as part of a multi-million-dollar business. 25-year-old Evan Marshall gets nearly 6 years in federal prison without parole. 31-year-old Cody Ryder gets nearly 2.5 years in prison. And 25-year-old Joseph Davis receives 5 years probation. You can get a full breakdown of charges with our KOAM News Now app. Extreme winter weather is just around the corner. You want to make sure your vehicle is ready for it. For example, you should make sure your car fluids are replenished. Make sure your tires have adequate tread. You should also have a safety kit in the event your car breaks down. And remember, various components of the car impact each other. Animals are cute, but what about when bad portraits are drawn of them? The Doggy Bag in Pittsburgh hosted its first ever Bad Pet Portraits fundraiser. Pet owners submitted photos of their beloved pets, and shelter staff, Doggy Bag staff, and board members drew pictures of the pets. In total, they raised more than $250 to go towards animal medical funds. Local real estate company is helping the Ronald McDonald House. Reese Nichols agents donated $100 for every home they helped buy or sell between April and November. In total, they donated $6,900. On Tuesday, they presented that money at the Ronald McDonald House in Joplin. Officials say that's enough for 69 free nights for families. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
All right, so we've got 44 today, mostly cloudy. If you have to travel for the holiday weekend, today's your last really good day to do it. Tonight, we drop down to 32 officially for a low, and that'll also be our high tomorrow officially. Temperatures will plummet through the morning. Light snow beginning about 2 a.m. The big event really gets going by about 6 a.m. And then we had 7-day. We've got alert days Thursday, Friday. Winter storm warnings for some of us through Thursday. Wind chill warnings for all of us through Friday. Wind chills pushing minus 30. We're looking at winds gusting 40, 45 miles an hour, which could also lead to blowing snow on Thursday, making it for near blizzard-like conditions. We're talking 2 to 4 inches of snow on average, maybe a few higher amounts here and there. 17 Christmas Eve, 31 Christmas Day, wintry mix possible Monday, 35, and then 40 next Tuesday under partly cloudy skies.
All right, well, coming up today at noon, we're making Frosty the Cheese Ball in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Interesting. And of course, your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Holiday travel plans could be ruined for thousands as this winter storm looms. It's coming up on CBS Mornings.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. And this morning, Jalen Banks has some tips from the experts on how to get your vehicle ready for the cold weather.
Plus, how farmers who are already struggling in many cases are getting ready for these sub-zero temperatures that are headed our way. And again, just want to emphasize, if you're traveling, make sure you do it today. Tomorrow, Friday, not going to be good days. Make sure you're prepped for this winter storm because with plow crews, again, being short-staffed, they're not going to get to all the roads necessarily tomorrow. So that's why tomorrow and Friday, definitely not good traveling days.
Plus, stay out of their way.
Yeah, and it's going to be dangerously cold with those wind chills pushing minus 30.
All right.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us for now. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
And we'll do it again today at noon.